And I missed the best part. They were singing, "Do you like pina coladas?" Yes, I love pina coladas, but more importantly, we love good football here on the Friday Night Blitz. Valley and Southeast Polk, perennial powers who know what it takes to chase a title, but those titles have eluded both schools for the last decade. Binger has all the action from Southeast Polk tonight. Let's get out to it.
Well, this thing just keeps going tonight. Game's still going on. It's raining on us, but we're going to wind it up. Valley and Southeast Polk in an exciting matchup, both coming off huge Week 1 victories. Coach Swinson and the Tigers getting ready to take the field here, and it was hot, muggy, and buggy. Packed house here in Pleasant Hill, Runnels, Mitchellville. Depends on where you're from at Polk, but right away, Jackson Daly finds the man of the hour. Doesn't have to pay for lunch anywhere. This guy's amazing. Xavier Wampa with the touchdown. Rams on fire early and thinking maybe route. Special teams get going, and this is Titus Christensen. This guy's special, and they've got him not only as their starting running back, but does great things on special teams. Great punt return. Next play, very nifty. Titus dances, and he's in. The Rams are on top, 2 touchdowns. These guys like it. It is muggy, believe me. Rams a little bit more. This time, Daly up top to Cole Falloon. Hello, Falloon. He's just getting started right now. The Rams up 23-0. But here come the Tigers. Mason Morrow to Chase Hutchinson right before the end of the first quarter, and the Tigers have some momentum, maybe a miracle comeback. Second quarter, more defense though, this time from Valley. Eli Reardon, that's a big one. It holds Southeast Polk to a field goal. We have a lot of turnovers, back-to-back. Southeast Polk backed up, play action. Daly up top to Falloon, and looks like the Rams are just going to keep this thing going, but then the next play, trouble, issues, a developing situation. That's the big guy, Jake On, with the turnover and the pick on the screen pass. Tigers back in business, 26-14, but then it's Daly up top to guess who? Falloon. Cole Falloon had a night. So did the Rams. So your final score, 40-21. The Rams remain unbeaten, but Valley will still be heard from. We got a lot of highlights. We couldn't show them all to you, so make sure you check us out on Dome Dynasty. Facebook, Twitter, we'll be getting that to you, and more next week, of course, right here on the Friday Night Blitz. It was hot and muggy, now it's raining. John, send it back to you.
Well, Binger, the long sleeve doesn't do you much help there when it's hot out. And we'll get back to that Southeast Polk game in Binger as well for our interview of the night. I think we're going to hear more from Cole Falloon as well. Bragging rights on the line out in Ankeny tonight. The Jags got shellacked by Indianola in Week 1, while Ankeny laid down the hammer against Waukee. The Hawks clearly out to prove they're ready to defend their state title from a year ago. Let's jump right in. Second quarter, Jags ball, and guess what? Another low-scoring game in 5A football, but we love to see good defense. Quarterback Peyton Good looking for a receiver, scrambles to the left, dives into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. And 3 minutes later, Good, rinses and repeats. Gonna run it up the left side. There you go, that 6-0 score up there. Running it up the left side, dives in the end zone for another 6. 14-0 Jags. Under a minute left in the first half. Hawks hoping to make a little bit of a comeback here and make this interesting as we go into the second half of this game. Diego Jackson gets the handoff, looks for an opening, but gets brought down by Easton Miller. The ball's knocked loose. Jags' Trey Porter recovers it. First half would end 14-0 Jags. That ends the threat. Third quarter, Hawks hoping to get on the board here. Maddox Ward, well, he's going to hand it off to Colin Kadolf. He powers his way. We know how strong this kid is. We saw him last year. Powering his way through a pack of Jags, makes it into the end zone. Tough run for him. Hawks are on the board, but it's the last touchdown of the night. Guess what? 14-7 is all she wrote. A lot of celebrating for the Jags in that one. All right, don't go anywhere. The Hawks handled the Chargers in an early season 1A showdown between Woodward Granger and ACGC. Find out next. Alrighty, time now for our second play candidate of the night. We'll get to the full highlights from this one, but some 8-player football. The jet sweep here by Caden Berger, the sophomore running back. Spin cycle engaged, then he don't play, he just takes it to the house. That's quite the touchdown run there for the sophomore at Grandview Christian taking on Montezuma. Big play for him, worth one more look, why not? Jet sweep, spin cycle, bounces off another with another spin cycle, and then he's just going to high step it all the way to the end zone. Thing of beauty there, 8-player football bringing the heat, but let's get into some 1A action. Woodward, Granger, and ACG are knocking on the door in Class 1A, showing they're contenders with some statement wins to start the season. Both enter 1-0, only one leaves still unbeaten after tonight. A short kickoff going to allow the Chargers to have a short field here for the start of this game as they bring it out to midfield. Charlie Crawford after that. Well, first let's get to this. By the way, love the new ACGC lids. Looking sharp out there, Coach. Alrighty, now here comes the Charlie Crawford handoff, or taking the handoff toward the sideline. He goes, sprint past the defenders and in for the touchdown, 7-0. Then Dustin Harney makes a run, slipping defenders and bowling his way for a big pickup. Carter Moran now will attempt a deep pass to the end zone for Dane Pulich, but cannot pull it in. Dustin Harney now going to take the handoff, but going to be short of the first down. That would be a turnover on downs. Not what you want if you're the Hawks. Gavin Corneliuson will take the ball now, bounce it out to the left, making a nice run. He's a big boy, tough to bring down, and saw a lot of that last year too. Going to see more of it here from him. Hawks going to ACG capping off the drive. Caden Jensen takes the handoff, runs it in for the touchdown, 14-0. Get this, ACGC dropping the lumber here, 62-6. Tough night for Woodward Granger. That's a big win, though, for the Thunder. All righty, we're going to get into some 8-player football now. 2015-2016, Gladbrook Rhinebeck was the team to beat in Class A football. Now an 8-player, they're getting back to that stature. Tonight visiting Colonesco, who is looking to land their first win of the year. And check this out, cool stuff here. Head coach Captain David Greenfield being honored before the game after a 1-year deployment in Afghanistan. Gladbrook Rhinebeck rocking the white unis tonight. A perfect night out there, too. I got to say, opening drive for the Rebels. Isaac Clark hits Ethan Ganger on the wide receiver screen. He gets a block, hits the Jets. That's about a 40-yard pickup for the senior there. Then on 4th and goal, it's Clark to Ganger again on the out route at the pylon. 8-zip Gladbrook after the 2-point conversion. Ensuing drive for the Royals. Kenny Cutler, no relation to Jay, trying his best to avoid Tristan Sanford-Anders, but to no avail. He gets sacked. Rebels with the ball now, and on 4th down under center, that ball falls to the turf. Colonesco forcing the turnover on downs, trying to keep the momentum going. Deep ball on a dime from Cutler, hitting his go-to guy, Nolan Smith. That'll put him in striking distance. But we draw into 4th down, the red zone under more pressure. Cutler throwing a good ball, but Smith watching it glance off his hands. That is a turnover on downs. Gladbrook Rhinebeck getting right back to work. Guess who? It's Ganger again down the sidelines. The kid has some wheels. Got to let the ref run by us first, and then he can just take all this in. He gets brought down around the 15. From there, Rebels go to Drake Blakesley on the ground. Yeah, that's right. Gladbrook Rhinebeck's got a running game, too. He does a David Montgomery impression here, bouncing off tackles, keeping his balance, and rumble it into the end zone. The Rebels roll in this one. Tough night for Colonesco. Gladbrook Rhinebeck wins it 62-13. All righty, let's get over to that Grandview Christian Montezuma game. Eddie Burgess from 10 yards out. Yeah, this kid can rumble. They're a threatened 8-player football, that's for sure. 15-0 Monty at that point. And guess what? We're going to go right back to Burgess again. He's going to find Owen Cook way open. Deep ball. That'd be 23-0 Montezuma. Then Caleb Foster Kruger going to punt it to Mason Shearer, and you know, you probably don't want to punt it to Mason Shearer because he's a pretty good little returner. Takes it off the hop. Nice little juke. Another little juke. Bouncing it outside. Has a couple guys in front of him, and you know what? He's just going to run it way back to the end zone. 29-6 Montezuma. A lot of scoring out there. A lot of fan reaction. And then guess what? We got more Montezuma. Eddie Burgess, 10 yards out. Says, you know what, Coach, I'm calling my number again. Or Coach called his number. It doesn't really matter. He's going to go right up the gut, punching it in, 37-6. Then Noah John going to botch the snap here, unfortunately. It's Burgess intercepting the pass because he's trying to make something out of nothing. Burgess, kind of a ball hawk. He knows where the ball's always going to be. Remember, this Montezuma team, He was on that championship basketball team. He wants to win a football title as well. They were in that thriller at the Dome a year ago. Then Cruz DeYoung going to take the handoff. He's going to run it in for 7 more. Nice little juke, powers over a couple of guys. Look at the strength he's got there. All right, he's not quite into the end zone. Picks up a couple of yards, though. They're going to pass it here to Carter Michalek. That is a touchdown. 44-6 Montezuma at that point. Then Noah John going to hand it off to number 33. This was our play candidate, number 2. That's Caden Berger. You saw it once. It's worth another look. I could watch this play all night. Kid's a tough runner. 51-12 at that point. Montezuma, though, just blows out Grandview Christian. 64-26. Montezuma looking dangerous in 8-player football. Now, don't go anywhere. We'll check in with Binger and an interview with one of the top players from tonight's game. We'll be right back here on the Friday Night Blitz on Local 5. Welcome back in. It's been 128 games since a Metro high school beat a suburb school on the football field. A lot of folks, feel like this year is the year to break that skid, and Roosevelt gets the first crack at it, visiting Waukee tonight. Now, the last time the Rough Riders beat a suburb school, I was a sophomore at Roosevelt. Roosevelt Waukee, let's get out to it. We head over to Waukee where the Warriors take on the Riders. Jamison Patton, well, he's a stud, highly touted, calling his own number, and he's going to pick up a nice game on the QB keeper. Nice little pickup there. Patton finding Davier Jones now, but is just stopped by Ben Camara. Niall Eddy now takes the handoff and cuts up the field. Blake Hawk now keeping it himself and takes half the Rough Rider defense to take him down at it. The rain got heavier and heavier. I don't know what they were dealing with down here. I didn't get any rain up at State Center. Hawk rolling out finds Charlie Cross, who makes the tiptoe catch out of bounds. That's NFL worthy. That would set up the Warriors as Max Bardacek puts it through the uprights for the field goal. All Rough Riders tonight, though, and they do end the streak, just not a lot of scoring again in Class 5A. Get this, they snapped that 17-year streak, 128 games. Des Moines Roosevelt wins it 19-3 over the Waukee Warriors. Congratulations to my alma mater. All righty, let's get to North and East. Jakari Patton, guess what? You're getting a heavy dose of him. Run up the gut. Then guess what? Jakari Patton, yeah, he's got legs that can motor. He's going to run it up the gut again, then tries to roll over a guy as well. Then he's going to take another handoff because you know what? When you got a playmaker like him, you just let him do his thing. He bulldozes another guy. It's a nice little down at the 5. Then Quentin McDonald, 10-yard touchdown. Let's cut it to the cheerleaders in the crowd because guess what? Cheerleaders in the crowd were hyped for this one. This is a nice little rivalry between East and North as well. Enjoying the game tonight. Then Nick Crispin to the 2 here. This is for the North High Polar Bears after those cheerleaders and fans. I apologize. We'll try and get you plugged back in there so we can hear them, or at least check it out on social media. We'll get that posted on our Twitter as well. Here we go now. Nick Crispin, the quarterback for North, led them to the victory last year. He's going to toss it to Israel Calais. Runs, gets tackled. Nice little pickup there for him. Then he's going to hand it off to Calais again. Running. Got a wall of blockers and gets tossed down, but nice little pickup there. And then he's going to hand it off to Calais again. Unfortunately, not a lot happening when we got there. 35-6, though. Des Moines North can't string the wins together. Big win for East as they get their first of the season, though. Nice win there. Alrighty, now let's talk a little bit about social media. Love and life once again. You can tweet at us using hashtag Local5Blitz. Send us stuff on Facebook. Email us. Still working on the TikTok thing. Sorry, high school kids. I was confronted about that actually tonight. So we'll see what I can do with TikTok. But let's get into Twitter first, all right? We're going to talk about, lights went out tonight at Des Moines Lincoln. Norwalk Pride. The game moved to Norwalk, 28-14 at that point, middle of the third quarter. So they had to go finish it off in Norwalk. Look at the student section dedication, though. Down here, yeah, that's all students. They said, you know what? De facto home game. Let's go have some fun. Let's move on to the next one now. Here you go. The update. The lights are on at Norwalk. 5:21 left to go in the third. We got, hey, whoever this kid is in the Fighting Sioux jersey, yeah, you're my new favorite guy. Repping the UND. It was college jersey colors today. I would have been wearing this on set if I could have been. I got the white silks. Go UND. All right, let's go on to the next one. Hoover activities. The cheerleaders getting the student section pumped up at McGrain Stadium tonight. They were taking on Des Moines Christian. Nice little game over there for Hoover and DMC, and great to see the cheerleaders getting those fans going over there at Des Moines Hoover. Let's move on to the next one. What do we got here? Oh boy, we got some Woodward Granger shout out there. Welcome back, 2013 graduate Andrew McCune. He was the honorary captain for the home opener. Once a Hawk, always a Hawk. Good to see him at there. Woodward Granger, unfortunately not getting the dub tonight. Tough night for them as ACGC rolled them up pretty good. Now, if you want in on the action here, you can decide our game of the week as well as being on social media with us. Just vote at weareiowa.com. The poll is open right now. It'll be there until Thursday at 6 next week. Whichever matchup gets the most votes, well, that's going to lead off our Friday Night Blitz next week. We'll also get out to the high school during the week, preview that matchup a little bit. You can vote on the following games. You got Southeast Polk at Waukee Northwest again, debuting that beautiful stadium. ADM versus North Polk. The Tigers 2-0 to start the year. Pella Christian taking on PCM Monroe. Pella Christian looking like a tough team down there. In 1A, PCM always a power in 2A. Then you got Bondurant Farrar versus Gilbert. The Blue Jays out to a 2-0 start after a nice win tonight. Gilbert, I think they're 1-1, 0-2, somewhere in there, but still, nonetheless, going to be a fun game between those two. Again, go to weareiowa.com, get your school the spotlight for the Friday Night Blitz. Weareiowa.com, go vote, click on one. We'll keep tabbed all next week. We'll let you know where things are sitting. Follow us on Twitter as well. Coming up on the Friday Night Blitz, we dive into what the identity of West Marshall football is and how they hope it will end with a title. You know, we do a Coach of the Week segment, but the challenge right now with COVID is it can be tough to get people in studio. So we're going to mix it up just a little bit moving forward. We might get a player in there. We might get a fan in there. We might even get an assistant coach. This week, we got quite the player. It's Mr. Cole Falloon, and Binger's with us once again.
All right, hey, it's time for our coach or player or best person we can find, and we found a good one tonight here on the Friday Night Blitz with our Dome Dynasty interview, and Cole Falloon. Everybody get your name right? I mean, you've got a very interesting name. Does anybody ever mess that up?
No, most of the time they get it right, you know. I get Falloon a couple times, but yeah, mostly Falloon.
Let's talk about tonight. I mean, you play to get in moments like this, but then when they just throw it up, I mean, you guys are basically on a time and go. What's it like to make plays like the ones you made tonight?
I mean, you know, I just got to go get the ball. That's my job. And on that one right before half, Jackson, he couldn't have put it in a better spot, you know. We always talk about in practice, aim for that corner 4x4 grid, and that's where he put it, so I just went and got it.
In all of your years, though, I mean, you plan this and you do that. How much have you guys worked on that? Can you put into words some of the things you've went through to get here?
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, Jackson and I have just pounded, you know. I mean, ever since, I don't know. The first year we played together was 7th grade, and we've played together almost every year since. And we do summer workouts, you know. When COVID happened, we'd come out here and get work in when no one else was, and just the chemistry that we built over time, it's starting to come into play.
When you make plays like that, it has to be great. I wish they'd throw me the ball more in high school, but you guys have an interesting story because your fathers do have a legacy for us old guys that we're like, we see the names. Yep. What's it like for you two to deal with that with your dads have been great Hawkeyes and things like that for the people out there that don't know?
I mean, it's awesome, man. You know, I mean, I got big shoes to fill. I mean, he was a big receiver for the Hawks, so I mean, and just we got a receiver family. My little brother plays receiver also. And just to have a mentor like that who knows the game so well, it just benefits me so well.
What else do we need to know about this Southeast Polk Ram football team that maybe we don't know right now?
We're not done yet. We haven't played our best football. We're on the rise. We're getting better every day.
Congratulations, young man.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for a Friday night special interview with Cole Falloon. We're going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Binger. An interview of the night. All right, now let's talk about West Marshall. One title. That's all that the football team has for hardware, and that came back in 1999. There isn't a player on this year's team that was even born yet the last time the Trojans claimed that crown. While their focus remains on their game week to week, you can bet there's motivation to end that title drought.
How bad do you really want it? You know, everyone says that's kind of cheesy.
For West Marshall, a state title sits in the back of their mind.
Looking at last year, you know, was supposed to be our year. Had great O-line, but, you know, this year we just got to work that much harder.
This year, that O-line looks a little bit different.
We got quite a few new guys playing for us offensively and defensively. So, like I said, it's just a process for us trying to, you know, hopefully we're out of that rebuilding stage and we just reload.
The Trojans will use these first few weeks before district play.
We're playing some pretty tough teams here the first couple weeks.
To find out who they are.
Still molding into, you know, who we want to be.
That starts with
our toughness. We might not be the best on the field, but we definitely are the toughest.
At the end of the day, at the end of the game, you know, win or lose, our goal is the other team will remember who we are coming out the field, whether that we win or lose. And that just has a lot to do with our toughness.
On Friday nights, you can see that toughness firsthand the way West Marshall plays.
We try to keep the same identity we've always had. You know, it's run the football on offense and, you know, fly around and make plays on defense.
Run the ball might be a nice way of putting it. The Trojans pound the rock on the back of their workhorse, Preston Pope. The senior was as efficient as you can get while running for 100-plus yards in their opener.
Having 4 touchdowns with only 12 carries, that's probably the biggest rarity there.
Tough football, run the rock, and flying to the ball. That's the winning formula for West Marshall.
1, 2, 3, and of course, West Marshall is going to be back at home next week. Of course, their season doesn't get any easier because, well, they're in tough class, tough district, and they're going to try and come away with a win after tonight's tough loss to Nevada as they played a class up. We'll have more here on the Friday Night Blitz when we come back, and we're going to be handing out some awards when we come back as well. Time now for our Friday Night Blitz Play of the Week, brought to you by Wyckoff. And you know what? Grandview Christian may not have gotten the win tonight, but this play certainly deserves a tip of the cap, because that is one heck of a run by a young man just determined to get to the end zone. Once again, that was Mr. Caden Berger, the sophomore out of Grandview Christian, worth one more look for the Thunder. Takes the jet sweep, spin cycle, spins off another tackle, and he takes it to the house again. Your Wyckoff Play of the Week here on the Friday Night Blitz for Week 2. All righty, time now to dive into our game ball, sponsored by Fairway. And this one, we're going to go back to the Twitter video that we saw earlier in the show on Austin Mulhoff, the 5-year-old for Kemper Catholic, who was named the honorary kid captain. He's 5 years old, big Kemper fan. And this one, I'm going to give you the backstory on. All right, so Austin is 5 years old. He has a serious brain tumor. You know, it's a situation where it's fast acting. He's been going through treatments a lot, and he's a big fan of Kemper football. And so, you know what? They decided to honor him as a kid captain tonight. They even did a wave to him as he did that. But even better, he got to flip the coin, and here you see it again. You know, just taking it all in. This is such a great moment for him. He's going to get our game ball tonight, because there's no bigger superhero in my mind than a 5-year-old who's battling cancer. He's bringing a joy to it as well. Obviously, never an easy situation. We pray for him, and we certainly hope that he's going to keep fighting for it, because looks like a tough little guy there. And so we're going to get him the game ball as well. Big props to Kemper Catholic and the Atlantic fans as well for showing their support. As you see the wave, he was really excited. You got to check out the coin flip. I think every ref needs to do it that way too. Just wing it up in the air. Good for him though. I love to see it. And so yeah, Austin, we're going to get you this game ball, bud, and keep fighting. And we are praying for you here at Local 5 on the Friday Night Blitz. All right, don't go anywhere. Dome Dynasty relives the crazy finish between Southeast Polk and Dowling last week. We'll get to it. Welcome back in. Week 1 was a thriller across the state. So many big plays, big hits, nail-biting victories, Hail Marys, you name it, we saw it. That includes Binger and the Dome Dynasty team, who got the battle between 1 and 2 firsthand.
Never get tonight back, man. Enjoy it, okay? Play for each other. It's going to come down to love, isn't it? It's going to come down to love.
Haley back to pass, under pressure. Eludes it, now he's going to keep it. He's got running room. Close to a first down, might even give it to him. Daly with Christensen in the backfield, fakes the handoff, zip pass, complete to Wampa. Daly back to pass, fires deep for Wampa, but it's going to be picked off. He was underthrown. That ball hung up too long. Daly back to pass, looks to his right, complete pass for a first down. Daly back to pass, looking for Wampa, hits him up the middle, got great blocking. He's inside the 10, cuts it all the way to the corner. Is he in the end zone? Yes!
How a way to be a dude.
7.5 to go here in the second quarter. Smolik fakes the handoff, fires left side. Is that complete? Oh, what a catch. English fakes the handoff, wants to pass, under pressure, has got a man deep. Wampa breaks it up. Does he catch it? Yes! Xavier Wampa with the interception in the end zone for the Rams. English wants to pass, right side, deep down the sideline, right on the money. He's got a man. Touchdown. 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in this game, and Dowling has tied it. Back to pass. Steps up, across the middle, fires, complete. It's Falloon. Dives forward for the first down. The drive is alive. 29 seconds and counting. 6 seconds. Daly looking left, rolling left, fires it to the end zone, looking for Wampa. Has he got it? It looks like he does. Wampa comes down with it. Are you kidding me? Right on the money. Daly fires it to the end zone. Wampa goes up for it, and who else would come down with it?
That's a throwback football game right there. Okay, 7-0 going into 4-7-7. All right, when you had guys make plays, made plays. 1-0, man, let's go!
They'll remember how they felt after that win. You know, first game their senior year, junior year, sophomore year, whatever, against the second-ranked team in the state, and, you know, all sorts of attention and hoopla and whatever. And, you know, we're lucky enough to come on top, make a play at the end. And, yeah, I mean, they'll remember that forever.
Always great stuff from Binger. You can find the extended cut on social media. Just look up Dome Dynasty. Alrighty, we'll wrap things up when we come back here on the Friday Night Blitz. Alrighty, so week 2 is now officially in the books. We got week 3 next week, and pretty soon we're into district play. A lot of great action on tap. Reminder, you can go to weareiowa.com to vote for our game of the week. 4 matchups to pick from. The poll will be up until Thursday at 6 o'clock. And then also join me tomorrow morning. It's week 1 of college football. We've got Cyhawk Game Day starting at 10:30 with Jeff Woody. Have a great night, great weekend. Enjoy some football.